Hello, viewers. Welcome to the Story Heroes podcast. My name is Ammar Akhtar, and today we have with us a very special person from Pakistan. She's live from Lahore. She's an entrepreneur, a symbol of women empowerment, content creator. She loves content, and we'll explore her story in this episode. Please welcome Ayesha Mumtaz Khan. Hey, Ayesha, how are you doing?
I'm doing fine. Thank you so much, Amar, for welcoming me on your show. It's a nice show. Thanks
It's
for
a it's
having
a
me.
it's a pleasure, really. It's a pleasure. So, Aisha, what we would like to do is, we'd like to explore your story, how you became an entrepreneur. I think you have recently also have visited Silicon Valley as well. I have seen your post about that. We will explore that angle as well. So who is Aisha, basically?
Yeah, that's a really great question, Amar. Thank you for asking that. So Aisha is basically a trained anthropologist, and she belonged to social sciences. And she was very curious about technology and the gig economy. She wanted to do something online. She wanted to earn money online. And in that pursuit, what happened was I started getting project management jobs of digitization projects. Like
Right.
I happened to launch first digital women archives in Lahore. It's
Okay.
in Kinnaird College for women. And then luckily, I'm really glad to God that I got the opportunity to manage project of Pakistan that was a first digital litigation system of the country, right now currently running in Lahore High Court. So like basically a social scientist turned into project into a technology entrepreneur. So that's my story.
Okay. So you have built a system uh, that is running right now in Lahore High Court,
Yeah.
right? So how that happened? Like, how did you end up doing that?
Yeah. So basically, I was working in the academic sector as a project coordinator and as a project manager. I was working on the digital archives. We happened to document and digitize 3,000 pieces of artifacts for Kinnaird College for women. In that process, some people approached me. They would belong to the multinational company. The
Right.
company name is Spurdian Technologies. So they needed a project manager for their project. The project
Okay.
was already in process, and they thought that I could add value to the project. And uh, I was very happy to work with them on that project. That is how I got that opportunity, and I worked on the digital litigation system.
Okay, that's very, very interesting. So that was your first ever, let's say, dig into the digital creation or making a system, right? That runs commercially, let's say,
Managing a
managing,
system,
right?
managing a system. Yeah, yeah.
So Aisha, women entrepreneurship or let's say entrepreneurship is not very, I would say, common in our country in Pakistan, and especially when you're a woman,
Yes.
I would say it's a big challenge. I see this movement going on in the world that women are taking the front seat, and today we talk about Sheryl Sandberg from Facebook, for example. We talk about Oprah Winfrey, right? And even the head of NYC Stock Exchange is a woman, right? But in Pakistan, that trend is, I would say, still, I would say, is in the early stages. So, how did you become the woman entrepreneur? From where you get this motivation and
This is
inspiration?
a really great question, Amar. Thank you for asking this question. So I was angry basically that why I was not financially independent, that why didn't I understand the financial systems, or even now I feel that there is so much that I still have to learn in the financial sector. But at
Okay,
least right now I can call myself as an independent,
right.
financially independent woman. Before I was a housewife, I was a typical housewife, and I didn't know how these things operated. And on
Okay.
top of that, when I started digging in deeper, like I read a report by the news that only 9% of women in Punjab is the most progressive province
Yes,
of Pakistan, right?
yes,
Only
you can say.
9% of women in Punjab have a bank account.
Yes,
So
yes.
these things, like, they made me angry. And the reason why I do, like, why I am in entrepreneurship and why I'm striving to be financially independent is because if I am independent, then other women and girls will get a chance to be independent as well, you know.
And talking about the bank accounts, you will be shocked to know that only 24.6% of Pakistanis have bank accounts.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
it's a
financial
market,
inclusion.
yeah. So it's a market
Yes.
untapped for the fintechs, I would say. So, okay,
Exactly,
so
exactly.
you wanted to be independent before you were a housewife, right? So, Aisha, my question is, when was the moment when you said, okay, yes, okay, I'm living a life of a housewife. That is fine. That is what is happening around me. That's normal, right? And now I want to become an entrepreneur. So, what was the point that that sparking point where you feel the spark?
Amar, I have to say you are asking just the right questions, and I just love it when hosts ask the right questions. So this is such an amazing question. There is a story behind it.
Mm-hmm.
So I was married. I was a housewife.
Okay.
I lost a lot of job opportunities just because I had to travel around with my husband because he
Okay.
used to get posted. He was working in a multinational company, and I
Okay.
had to sacrifice my career each time.
Mm-hmm.
And in the process, because we belong to a South Asian country, so we are required to have children as soon as possible after marriage, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
But that didn't happen for me, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So people started treating me like, even people who I won't know, who I would just meet for like 5 minutes, they would treat me in a really bad way, which also triggered this thing of being independent and being recognized for more than some object that can produce something, you know?
So everyone you met after your marriage, they will ask, so when's the baby? So what about the good news, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Right?
yeah.
And then as you grow, like second year into marriage, 1 year into marriage, second year, third year, fourth year, the questions are turning into the warnings, exclamation
Yeah,
signs, right?
yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So that was also one of the trigger points. Like, I
Okay.
didn't want it to be treated like that. So
Okay. So this might be a very, let's say, provoking question, but I would just like to understand, why do you think that you were not able to become a mom? Was it something to do with the health issues, something biological, or it was just not happening?
both,
Both. Okay.
both, yeah, it was both.
Okay. Understand. So then, okay. So that was the point when you thought, okay, you know what, these questions, will keep on popping. So
Yeah,
let me become a career woman. So right. So
exactly,
that was
exactly.
so
Yeah.
so that was the escape route from those questions.
Escape route and trying to find myself, because there was also a point when I also used to treat myself badly because I had defined myself as per the requirements of the society, you know? So in the beginning, I was very sad that this is happening to me, but I I went through a transformational phase, I think, and now I am much more comfortable with me. Like, before, you can say that I was looking into things which I believed would complete me,
Yeah.
but now I feel complete because that transformation happened.
Okay.
So even if I have kids or if I don't have kids, it doesn't matter to me.
Yeah. Understand. Understand. So basically, this entrepreneurial awakening inside you, right, has changed this thing inside you, that you became peaceful within yourself, within your skin,
Yeah.
right?
Yes,
So
yes,
that was
yes,
important, right?
yes, yes.
Of course. So how many years now that you are a full-time entrepreneur?
Three
3 years,
years. Yeah,
right?
three
And
years.
are you happy? Are you
Yeah,
happy?
I'm happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm happy.
In peace with yourself,
I'm
content. Yes.
Yes, yes, I'm content. I'm happy. And yes, of course, I want more, but then I'm happy. I think I have transformed and I have kind of discovered myself, which nobody helped me in that process. It was like, it's true that an entrepreneur's journey is a lonely journey. Even if you have family around you, even if you have a supportive spouse, even if you have supportive siblings,
Yes.
the journey get to spend the journey alone with yourself, you know?
Sure.
So,
Sure.
yeah.
Absolutely. So, what exactly is your take on this? That when you go back to those meetings, with those people who are asking, so when is the good news? So, what is their behavior now? Like, has that changed, or is still the same?
No, no, it's still the same, but it doesn't matter to me anymore because I'm
Okay.
so focused and
Yes.
I'm in a very purposeful place right now. Like, everything that I do, even coming to your show, because it's important. it's a show that is focused on real stories. So it was important, right? Like giving a shout out to a startup. So like I'm trying to spend every single moment being meaningful, intentional, and purposeful. So before I used to pay attention to extra stuff which were not important. Now I don't even pay attention. Like it doesn't even come in front of me anymore because I don't pay attention.
Understand. So in this transformation of yours, which is by the way incredible,
Thank you.
congratulations.
Thank
I
you.
mean, it's not easy. It's not easy at all.
Yeah.
I have been there, though I'm not a woman, but I understand. I understand what you're going through. So
Yeah.
what is the contribution of your husband in this?
So he's really supportive.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel that whatever discrimination we as women face in, especially in South Asian communities, men face the same kind of discrimination.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that they're also equal victims in this thing. So
Yeah.
it's difficult for them to moderate and manage.
Mm-hmm.
But then he has been very supportive.
Mm-hmm.
He has also faced his share of challenges and is still facing his share of challenges. But I think this transformation has kind of made us stronger as a couple, which is good.
Of course, I understand. And is he supporting you in terms of making your, decisions as an entrepreneur? Because he is already an executive. I can see that he's traveling, around, and he has seen the corporate side of the work life. And you are an entrepreneur. You bring a different perspective to the work life. So how do you guys talk about work or not?
We talk about work all the time. Basically, we both are, yeah, we both are business partners and co-founders as well. So
Oh,
most
lovely.
of our initiatives, yeah, we are like, we that is what I'm saying, that we've grown stronger and more closer towards each other,
Right.
which we weren't in the beginning when we were younger. So he's very supportive, and he is like, people do make him make him feel uncomfortable that if I'm operating more in the digital arena or in the
Mm-hmm.
social media space, so how does he feel? He just responds that he's fine with it. He feels good that I'm successful.
Okay, I must say that is incredible. Your husband has a great mindset. I must say he is unlike 95% of the men that we have in our country, unfortunately. But
Exactly,
that's that.
exactly, yes.
But that's the truth, right? Isn't it?
Yeah.
So, okay. So Asha, how do you spend a day at work? Like you wake up, what do you do then?
Okay, so when I wake up, the first thing I touch is my smartphone, which is health-wise not recommended. I think the first thing anyone should do is yoga or stretching, but this is a weak part of mine. Like I'm not paying much attention towards health, which I should. So the
Okay.
first thing I touch is my smartphone, and then I think about my calendar. Okay, what do I have to do?
Okay.
Who do I have to talk first? The
Right.
first point that I try to make is that the team members that I have, to whom I have to delegate the tasks. So I don't want to keep anything pending on my part,
Okay.
because if I'm not delegating the task on time, then they stop doing anything because they don't know what to do, right? So
Okay.
the first priority is to delegate the task, what they have to do, then come to me, okay, what I have to manage and what do I have to go for meetings or things like that.
Okay. So at Hop Orbits, the company that you run, and you're the founder and CEO. So what do you guys produce? What do you guys create on daily basis?
Okay, so basically we give e-commerce order management solutions to local retailers in Pakistan.
Oh,
We
okay.
got yeah, we basically got inspired for this idea. We never planned to be in entrepreneurship. It was me and my husband's visit to USA for the first time in 2017
Okay.
that we explored the technological advancement in USA, and we both
Right.
were working in the digital space in
Of course.
multinational companies. So we knew the disparity
Yeah.
between and the projects that we were delivering in our while being in the MNC, right, and the local market, right. So we thought that why not we use our own skills and serve the community.
Of
So
course.
from there we started working on that, and alhamdulillah, our customers, they're happy with what we are providing them, because we are trying to make technology easy and accessible for them, so that they don't have to pay high commissions to third-party solution providers that already exist in the market.
course, I understand. So, Asha, I see your post on LinkedIn. You are posting quite often. You post videos, messages, and you are very responsive online, right? And you're also building your own brand as a, as a woman entrepreneur. So, how do you get the ideas to create those videos? What's the inspiration like? And if someone who's watching this video, if they want to create some content based on their own thinking and ideology, what's the starting point?
Okay, so thanks to my startup Hop Orbits, I never knew anything about social media. Like I use social media just for like scrolling, the news feed. I
Yeah.
never took social media seriously. I
Okay.
never took media seriously. I never took any interest in these kinds of things, right? But
Okay.
because I had a startup, I had to understand
Yes.
what is happening in the digital domain, right? And I'm thankful to my startup Hop Orbits that I found my passion. My passion is content. So I like making content. So for the people who want to create their own personal brand, or they want to create content for their startup, they need to fall in love with that process. So I am in love with this process of researching, brainstorming, and creating content that positively impacts people's lives.
Okay. Right.
For me, purposefully designed content is something that is very important to me.
Great. So purposefully designed content. I really like this term that you are using. So I see when you post something on LinkedIn, I see that you have quite interesting engagement. People are there who are following you and they are waiting for your next content, right? What kind of value do you think you have been able to provide to them? So I'll give you an example. So I personally believe that whenever I post something, I think I'm inspiring some entrepreneurs who are just starting, or maybe they see something and they say, oh wow, okay, so he has done that, maybe I can also do that, or that's the reality that's happening, I should follow something like that. So when you post your content and you have an audience that is actually watching that content, so what kind of value you think you are providing to them? What is the value or takeaway for them from your content?
Yeah. So basically, I try to share tips and information related in the technology space and startups, and especially 21st century work skills, because the workspace has really transformed right in
Yeah.
front of our eyes
Right,
over the
right.
last decade, right? So
Yeah.
it means a lot to me that I share that kind of tips.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
when I share such articles or create short videos of that kind, focused on these themes. So I do
right.
get messages of many people, both men and women, and they thank me that they learned something, that they're looking forward to more learning. So
Amazing,
I think
amazing.
the value that I add is more of education and learning. Yeah.
Great, great. So basically, you are spreading this knowledge about soft skills, if I have to put it
Yes.
in the perspective.
Yes.
So, and you would agree, and I also know that in our country, in Pakistan, I think soft skills is something that we are teaching, we are enforcing, which people actually don't think that they should have, unfortunately. So,
Yeah.
so the knowledge of soft skill is almost like, oh, why do I need to learn body language? Why do I need to
Yeah.
learn how to speak?
Exactly.
Or let's say how to even
Exactly.
drink tea in the
Exactly.
with
Exactly.
cup and saucer. So I can imagine that this kind of training is something that we guys can give. It's more like contemporary education. It doesn't really come with a pencil and a footer, but yeah, that's how it is.
Exactly. And you have to be observant and always in the student mindset, with the student mindset. You have to operate with that, and then you can, share those that kind of information with the people. So that is the value that they get.
Yeah. So Asha, what is the scope of women in our country at the moment in entrepreneurship? Like, if women are watching this episode, like, and they want to start something, they are housewives, daughters, sisters, and they don't know what to do. I mean, if they want to start, what is the scope like in Pakistan? Is there hope for them or not?
There's definitely hope for them. Actually, they need to believe in themselves first.
Right.
Like there was a time, because I had a social science background, so I used to believe that I'm good for nothing.
Ah, okay.
I used to believe like that, literally. And I used
Okay.
to think that, oh, the people working in IT, they have computer science degrees, and I don't know if I'll make it or I'll be able to understand internet or things like that. If I can understand things and if I can earn online, anyone can do this. So
Amazing.
they need to
So,
believe in themselves.
okay,
And,
that is incredible.
they need to, and Amar, one thing that I would like to add over here is that both men and women in our society, they have a problem. So because of smartphone, we are used to this instant gratification. We feel that we will just make a Facebook page and the business will start running. No, that is not the case. You
Yes.
have to network, you have to meet people, you have to create content, right?
No, absolutely.
And then
Yes.
your business is going to gain traction. So one is that they need to believe in themselves. Second is that they need to work on the idea.
Exactly. And you have to do
So
it
there
every
is
single
scope
day.
if they,
Yeah,
yes,
and you have to
you,
do it regularly because there'll be a post that will not get any engagement. It's
yes,
okay. It's okay. You can come back again. You can come back
yeah,
again. It's
yeah,
like you
yeah,
are nurturing a bamboo tree. So one day it will come out
exactly,
from the roots and it will grow, right? So it's not like, but you
exactly,
have to water the plant every day. So that's how it is. So yeah,
exactly.
yeah, absolutely. I mean, it is an everyday job. It's about resilience. You have to continue at it
Exactly,
and you have to believe in that. You're right, 100%. So Aisha, since you have become
exactly.
an entrepreneur, it's been 3 years as you have said. Tell me, what is one thing that you have learned being an entrepreneur with that mindset of an entrepreneur? What is one thing that you have learned that you did not know before existed?
Okay, so one thing that I've really learned, and I was just talking to my partner as well, that one thing that continuously keeps on happening and that I've learned is that you will never be ready. So, so whenever you think that you will okay do an online course on maybe Instagram marketing or do a
Yes.
course on how CEOs operate, you will never be able to do that.
Okay.
You will only learn in the process hands on.
Ah, okay, okay.
So
So
that is
get
what I've
your
learned.
so get your hands dirty, yeah? You'll never be ready.
Yes, exactly.
Get your hands dirty. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's a beautiful way of putting it together. Yeah, I understand. So Asha, where exactly will be Aisha and your organization and your company in the next 5 years? Like, do you think about these things that hey, I'm gonna be this big in the next 5 years, or no, you live in the moment.
Yeah, currently I'm living in the moment.
Okay.
So it's mostly like I'm trying to be realistic and I'm trying to focus on the customers and clients and users at the moment to make things much more valuable for them. So currently it's more about the current vision for the business.
Okay, that's pretty cool. So Asha, right now you have a team that is working with you. Are they working remotely? So you have built a remote startup, or is it like yeah?
Yes, yes, we are 90, yeah, 90% we remote.
Oh wow, that's really cool. I mean, that's the future of work, right? That's how work should be,
Exactly,
isn't it?
exactly, yeah. Yes,
Amazing.
that is how it should be. I think if you have internet, if you have a smartphone, then things should they should just keep on going.
Understand. So Asha, it is absolutely amazing, talking to you, and I can go on and on and on and keep on asking questions. But before we conclude, I just want to ask you one thing. What is one message that you would like to give to aspiring entrepreneurs who are watching this, right? And you are this, symbol of woman empowerment. You are our story hero. So I would like to know what is this one message that you want to give to all those aspiring entrepreneurs?
Yeah, thank you so much for giving me this opportunity, Amar. And I think your show is amazing. And thanks for asking such great questions. So, the one thing that I would want the aspiring entrepreneurs to absorb and understand is that they should be very clear of what they want from life, right? Most of the time what I see and what I also made the mistake of was that I defined my success and my story from somebody else's eyes.
Right.
And because I did that from somebody else's eyes, I was never happy. I was never satisfied, and I used to be depressed and sad. So try to find what you want to do, what you want to work on, what you are passionate about. I am passionate about creating purposeful content, and I love sharing that type of content. And that is how I'm trying to build my platform, by making it meaningful and purposeful for my users, right? So you try to find out what makes you trigger. Like making content, it just triggers me. I don't even have to work hard enough for that, right? So what is your hidden passion that just triggers you, and you just go on and work on it for hours and hours? Try to find that, and it is not easy to find that. It takes time, it takes trial and error, and give yourself that time to identify who you are. You deserve that, and that is what you were meant to do in this world. That
Wow,
is my message.
that's a beautiful message, and on this purposeful and meaningful thought, I would say, Asha, thank you very much for joining me. Thank you for your time. We had a great discussion, and you are a true hero of your story, and you are our story hero in this podcast. Thank you very much for coming on the show.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me, and thank you for organizing this. I think it's a great platform for everyone.
It's a pleasure. Thank you, Aisha.